Folks, we're live at the Red Ball Internet Center, Moncton, New Brunswick, for this minor midget game between Sherwood of Prince Edward Island in the white and Fredericton, the Fredericton Caps, wearing the traditional black and red. My name is Chris Abbott. I'll be your host for the games here on Rink B today as we get underway with the Monctonian Minor Hockey Tournament, one of the biggest tournaments there is in Canada. The Caps play it out here into center ice. Pass on the near side is missed, broken up by Doucette on the back end for Fredericton. Away come the Caps. Thomas will fire this one in, stopped by the keeper. And we're just over a minute into this one. Face off to the right of the Sherwood goal. One back here, and by Stevens. Battle behind the net. Evans retrieved by the fire. Played into the middle, off the stick, and well. Momentarily to the front. I get my right straight. Bear with me for just a moment. One of the slot. Attack by hand. Goal. The 5'5" forward. So one here for forward. And that goal is scored. It's first period. Team. Actually, they're the home team. Let's get that straightened away here on the scoreboard. So, folks, thanks for joining us this morning here on Community One. My name is Chris Abbott. And if you're just joining us, Tanner Lund has the early goal for the Falcons, making this a 1-0 game. Puck's played around the boards, stepped up and kept in by the big defender for Fredericton. Battling here near side and played deep into the Falcon zone. In Fredericton on goal, and that's stopped. Whistle. As we're 6 seconds. This one now. Keenan O'Connell steps into the draw for Fredericton, loses that, and it's played back here near side. Steps up. Makes a hit. Retreats back into his own zone as he continues to battle over there with Molyneux. Nathan Molyneux. Saw him in St. John's just a few weeks ago at the Under-16 Soccer Nationals, and here he a backhand pass by Ladner is gobbled up in the neutral Falcons territory. So we'll have 8 games for you. A couple of minor midget games, then we get into the major midget around lunchtime. And I believe we got a couple of bantam games here to finish things off on Rink B later tonight. Turnover and a shot. That's steered away into the corner by the goaltender for Fredericton today, number 33, David Pettipas. Battling deep for Sherwood is number 10, Tanner McLean. Trying the cycle was number 19 for Sherwood. I don't have a 19 on my roster, so or actually Cale Pierce is that who that is, 19. Nice move in there, that's poked away. Fanned on the shot from the point, but right onto the stick of Riley Dunphy, and it is 2-0 now for the Sherwood Falcons out of Prince Edward Island. And folks, if you're not familiar with minor midget in Atlantic Canada, Prince Edward Island tend to have the best minor midget teams. They have a very strong, powerful minor midget program going over there on the island, and the Falcons are out to a 2-0 lead here early in this one. That goal comes at 4:04 of the first period. Stolen here in the middle, though. Back the other way come the Caps. Right off the stick. Caps back on the attack. Attempt there from Bradley is knocked away. Deep in the zone. Bradley again. Nice save. And the Falcons will come away again. Missed pinch there at the blue line. But back to recover for the Caps was number 14, McKinnon. A drive and a pass out front, turned away. And away come the Capitals, and it is the big number 20, Preston Vinot. Ooh, and a late shot there by the Falcons number 3, and I can't believe that wasn't called a penalty. Hunter Boudreau got a good piece of his man. Referee must have missed that. That was a cross check right up around the neck. And that is what Mackenzie Clark is over chatting with the referee about there now, but looks like they'll play on. And there's another hit from number 3 from the Falcons, Boudreau, and we'll watch for him to be a force physically today, as he doesn't seem to mind mixing it up. And it is Boudreau back looking for it in the corner. Comes all the way around to the left side to 97, Yonker, and he's knocked off the puck. It's played back into the left corner. Caps now looking to respond after giving up 2 early goals. The legendary Fredericton Caps organization in their traditional black and red uniforms. Turned over deep in the Falcon zone. They've scored off the rush twice, even though Fredericton have had most of the play. Attempt on the left side. Shot goes over the net, rattles all the way around, and the captain for the Falcons is back to pick that up in number 2, Ladner, Zachary Ladner. He brings it up the middle, looks for the touch pass with Reddy. Ladner continues up, he goes down. That's going to be an easy one for the referee, and it's going to be a tripping call here at 5:01 of the first period, and it's going to be number 27 for the Capitals, Tyler Doucette, and he goes off for the trip. So already with a 2-0 lead, the Sherwood Falcons will head to the power play here. with 8:59 to play in the first period, as Tyler Doucette is off for tripping. Face off to the left of the Fredericton goal. That's one attempted clear, but stopped here on the near side by number 4 for the Falcons. That's Dylan McDonald. He plays it deep. Falcons on the power play now. McDonald pitches up from his point position. Falcons able to keep it in again. That one shot is steered into the corner by Pettipas. Good battle down low. These big Fredericton defenders are going to be a challenge for the speedy Falcons forwards. That's played in. Nice save by Pettipas. Stares that to the right side, and up from the point is Ladner. Again, Ladner drew the penalty on Doucette. Tries to chip in front. Battling in there are the Falcons forwards, and coming up with it is number 8, Claiborne. Claiborne plays it back to the point. Ladner's shot through everybody and just wide. And the Falcons controlling well here on the power play through the first 45 seconds. Got a couple of shots on goal back here for Ladner. Shot tipped. Nice save off the toe for Pettipas, and eventually cleared down the ice. And Fredericton will get in a change, as will the Falcons. As it is played up from the goaltending position, Ethan Malcolm will pass that out. The 5'9" keeper, left-hander out of Sherwood. Falcons get the red line, dump it, but not a good one as it's turned back by the Caps, and that was number 21, Mackenzie Clark. Falcons will try again, looking for something in the middle. Well received, poked off the stick of the Falcons forward and cleared back here just inside Sherwood territory, and it's retrieved by Andrew Dillon. Dillon plays it near side for Ramsey. Corey Ramsey gets the blue line, but he's met there by a number of Fredericton defenders. Battle ensues, and it's won. And looking in there again was the dangerous Tanner Lund. Already has 1 on the day for the Falcons. Penalty set to expire. Fredericton get a man back. We're all even as the Falcons look for their 3rd goal, and that one is just wide. And that's going to go all the way for icing off the stick of Allard, and it'll be a face-off back here to the left of the Fredericton goalkeeper, David Pettipas. Folks, you're watching exclusive coverage of the Monctonian Minor Hockey Challenge on Bell O'Line Community 1. We will have every single game played at the red ball 4-ice surface here this weekend. The games being played at the Coliseum won't be webcast. I believe there's 7 or 8 games being played over there, but we will have everything else for you in all rinks here on Community 1. That one's off the referee as the Caps try to get out of their zone, and Sherwood certainly have taken the momentum off the heels of that power play. Back here into Falcons territory. Chipped high off the glass and played along the near side, and away with it come the Falcons. Nice pass into the corner by McLean. He was looking for Molyneux in there. Chip back out front. Pettipas has been busy early. A lot of pucks rolling towards his goal. Caps muscle it out there is Harris, but back to break things up is Molyneux. And that pass looking for McLean is too far off the stick of Ladner. And that goes for icing, but we've also got a penalty coming up on the play. And it's going to be a slashing call against the Capitals on Preston Vinot. And I believe that happened just as the teams were changing over by the benches. So the Caps will now face their 2nd shorthanded opportunity with 5.5 to play here in the first. That one is set long. Falcons 0 for 1 on the power play, although they did generate a number of scoring chances. Nice breakout, tap back to the captain, Ladner. His pass is a little bit too far on the far side. Icing waved off, however, and it will be controlled deep by the Falcons. Up here to the top of the circle, backhand pass back here for Ladner. He sends it into the corner, where it will be played by Sinnott. Give and go, and another goal. It is the Falcons now up 3-0, and I believe that was Sinnott who finished off that play. Just looked down on my sheet to get a name, and before I could do so, it was in the back of the goal. And I'll correct myself on Sinnott there. I believe it was number 19, Cale Pierce, finishing that play off. As Sinnott takes that face off. One back to the left side. So 3-0 now, the Sherwood Falcons lead this one. And they are now 1 for 2 on the power play. Away with the puck for the Capitals is Thomas. That's played into the corner. Retrieved in there by O'Hara. Battle for the puck deep in Falcons territory. Eventually, Brady Miller is going to slap that one around behind the goal. The Falcons will try and come away, turn it over, and Allard will play it back in as the Caps go for a change, and the Falcons will have an opportunity to settle things down with 4 minutes to play in the first period. This one's chipped deep, and that's going to go up and out of play, and the faceoff will come back outside the Caps blue line. With 4:01 to play in the first period, the Sherwood Falcons are out to an early 3-0 lead here over the Fredericton Caps in what's been an interesting game so far, as Fredericton have had a lot of the possession play and a lot of time in the Sherwood zone. Sherwood just marches down, though, and pops a goal in. Face off here just outside the Caps blue line. Hall battles for that. Plays it in, and the Caps are back on the attack. In battling for Fredericton is number 43, O'Connell. But he loses that, and away come the Falcons. And it's Reddy, number 20. He turns it over now, and it's played back into the zone by Adam Merrithew. Chipped around the boards. Up from his defensive position is Fullerton. Keeps it in deep for the Caps. And the Falcons will try to come out the other side. Played back here to the blue line. And knocked off the stick of the Caps defender. That's number 10, Tanner McLean. Offside call, as number 6 for the Falcons, Alex Josie, was just unable to get back on side. 3 minutes, 12 seconds to play in the first period. Sherwood Falcons leading the Fredericton Caps 3-0 in this minor midget affair at Rink B. Ladner is going to sweep this in deep. Pierce first to that. That one's going to roll over his stick. Kept alive neatly by the defender, but away come the Caps. And a pass off the stick of McKinnon goes to nobody. Over here on the near side, Harris is going to try and chip that, and he turns it over. And away come the Falcons. It's an opportunity, a break, and a shot high and wide over the goal off the stick of Lund. And back come the Caps. Shot from just outside the blue line, harmless off the stick of Taylor Bradley. That's turned into the corner. Pass was attempted back to the point. It's turned over, and Lund is away again. That's Pierce, excuse me. Pierce, nice feed. Forehand, backhand attempt. And we can see this Pierce, Lund, and number 12, Riley Dunphy line are dominant for the Falcons. Chipped in behind the goal. Caps will put it up and out of play. That's off the stick of Nick Harris. 2:02 to play in the first period. Sherwood lead Fredericton 3-0. Chipped in deep. The Caps looking to get out of this period without letting in another one. Here's a good opportunity. And off the stick of number 14, Thompson. That's blocked away into the corner. Battle down there. Played over onto the far side, where it'll be picked up by Doucette. Doucette looks. His pass for Thomas is long, and that's going to go all the way for icing. Minute 35 to go in the first. Face off to the right of Pettipaw. Caps will look to break out, and here's number 21, Mackenzie Clark, plays it to the left side. Thomas plays a short puck ahead for Allard. He clears it in, and we're going to get an interference call, as after Allard chipped that, he was held up by the defender. And the Fredericton Caps will get their first power play of the game with 1:09 to go here in the first. And the call is going to go against number 4, Dylan McDonald, for the Sherwood Falcons. He's going to go off for interference. Face off to the right of the Falcons goal, and Ethan Malcolm. Doucette with the shot. That bounces around, rattles around, turned away, sent down the ice as we're inside a minute to play in the first period. Pettipas is going to try and play that here, but that's turned over. And away with it comes 26, Hall. Stepped up and Falcons will send the Caps back. And number 3, Hunter Boudreau, does a good job stepping and anticipating that last back. Hall, near side. Hall, step right. Play back deep. And turn. Opportunity there. 33. For the Caps. Doucette waiting for now they Doucette of his way gets a good piece of the Sherwood. Back here to the point. Okay. Turns right away. Low. And the players come together behind the net. Deep up in the first period. Be sure 3. We will take a quick 2-minute break in the second period. After the second goal, power play. And we'll draw and we'll kill out. Sending retrieve that and away backs. On the McKinney. This one, the captain is back to retrieve that Falcons. That one is from the location where by 1 or 2 pucks, this tournament is over. Get a great view inches from the glass. McKinnon Doucette right of the defense and away low. Boudreau sends that nothing foul penalty, but it is Fred and Thomas on down here on the stick up. Get that deep for Thomas. Thomas looking for the puck. He still has it, and he's going to play it deep for McKinnon. That's off the referee's skate. As the Caps are looking to answer back. They certainly don't want to go down 4-0 at this point. You got to think about plus minus and things like that in these events as well, let alone wins and losses. Away come the Falcons again, and it is the speedy Lund. Tanner Lund. Oh, what an attempt. And Pettipas turns him away. Lund, I like that Lund, not afraid to shoot from anywhere. Really like his offensive instincts, and I've only seen the kid play for a period. The Falcons back on the attack. Pierce can't come up with anything. Around here to the near side. Good job stepping up to keep that in by Ramsey. Turned away. Doucette will send this out and back to the Falcons' blue line, and back to retrieve it is McDonald for Sherwood. He plays the long pass up. That gets past number 10, Ryan O'Hara, but icing's waved off as he could have played it. Back around for number 12 and Dunphy. He chips that behind the net for Lund. Here is Lund again. Puck just seems to find him wherever he is on the ice. Chipped out by Hall. A backhand play, never advisable. And away come the Caps, but a good effort to get back and break things up by Dylan McDonald. O'Hara, chips that ahead. There's McDonald again. He plays this to the right side for Corey Ramsey. Plays it back for McDonald. McDonald's going to chip this up the near side and sent along deep into the zone by Alex Josie. Thomas Claiborne is looking for that for the Falcons. In a battle down there with Fullerton of the Caps. And the Caps come away with it, but turn it over at the blue line. Sent deep again by Claiborne. Puck just kind of bouncing around in the Cap zone now. 3 minutes into the second period. Step up and a huge hit here there on the blue line by Dillon. Chipped into the zone by Sinnott, and the Caps will retreat again. It's all Falcons here this morning, folks. That one sent toward goal. Pettipas steers that away. Here's Hall on the left wing for Fredericton. He just sends it harmlessly to the right side. Oh, and Dillon just very nearly missed his man again. That one's bouncing around down there. Taken backhanded up the middle. You never want to see that as a coach. As Alex Dillon backhanded it up the middle, number 16 for the Falcons. And away with it is Zachary Ladner. Stolen. Here's an opportunity. And just having it roll off his stick was Yonker of the Falcons. Play getting a little bit sloppy now. A 3-on-1 developing. Nope, briefly as they are unable to do anything with it. The Falcons break that opportunity up. And it's going to be retrieved by Stevens for the Caps. And he chips that onto the stick of Bradley. His pass on the right side for Vinot isn't taken. Here's Boudreau with an attempt. Hunter Boudreau. And that is stopped by Pettipas in the Fredericton goal. And we're 4 minutes and 14 seconds into this second period. Folks, we'll play two 15-minute periods, then there'll be a flood, and the third period will be a 20-minute period. A little bit of a change from what they've normally done here at the Monctonian. They've normally had the 3:15s, but they found a way to get an extra 5 minutes out of the game, so good on them. Here's Hall on the left side for Fredericton. He looks for McKinnon in the middle. That's broken up. O'Connell. And he's watched low in the zone. This one comes back out to Doucette. He takes the shot. That bounces around off the foot of the Sherwood players. And it's McKinnon again. Doucette steps up, keeps that in momentarily. Battle continues, and Boudreau again taking some healthy runs, and now Boudreau is going to find himself in the box as soon as Sherwood touch the puck. It's Hunter Boudreau for knee. And the Caps will go to the power play. They're 0 for 1. So Hunter Boudreau, number 3 for the Sherwood Falcons. As I mentioned earlier, he's taken some healthy runs at players, and he's going to find himself in the box. With 10:02 remaining in the second, very crucial point of this game if you're a Fredericton Caps fan. As a goal here, certainly get you back into it. Bradley with the shot, that's taken easily by Malcolm in the goal. Doucette being replaced on the point by Keenan O'Connell. Face off one again. Here's Bradley. He tries to send that on goal. Back here for O'Connell. The forward plays the point on the power play. Chipped along by McDonald, and the Falcons actually have an opportunity, and Lund, who else, is up there looking for a break, shorthanded. Lund is on the puck deep in the corner. Bradley's back to take him off the puck, and the Caps will work their way out of the zone again. O'Connell plays it, and having lots of room to skate this up is Mackenzie Clark. Clark settles, looks for the cross crease pass, nothing doing as he tried to hit Patrick Pellerin on the far side, and the Falcons will send them back. Here's Clark again for the Caps. Clark stops, plays it back. He was looking for O'Connell, who'd gone too far. Now it's McKinnon. McKinnon for Clark. He plays it to the far side for Hall. Hall just steps around McDonald, but he retains possession. Here's Hall for the Caps. Turns it over, and the Falcons will clear this down. And the Fredericton Caps on this crucial power play unable to get much going here as of yet. 40 seconds remain. Picked up and sent deep by Tanner McLean. Here come the Caps. Harmless looking shot there off the stick of number 82, Merrithew. And Dillon will chip that up and out of play. 16 seconds to go in the penalty, 8:18 to go in the second period. Face-off is taken by the Caps, played back here to the point. Heavy shot off the stick of Fullerton. Nothing doing. Chipped deep by O'Hara. Allard and Thomas battle deep. Played out here looking for Fullerton, but the penalty is over, and Boudreau was back to break that up. Played near side for Thomas. He chips that for Allard. Felix Allard plays it in here for Miller. That's turned over, and back come the Falcons, and it's McLean. The speedy McLean. He's got a step on Fullerton. He pulls up, sends a pass looking for number 14, Thompson. Nothing doing. That's going to be sent long, and that's going to be icing as Thomas didn't get the red line. So with 7.5 to play here in the second period, the Falcons will have an offensive zone face-off, leading 3-0. This one's played around but kept in on the far side by the captain, Zachary Ladner. He sends that toward goal, dangerously wide. Pierce, or Lund, excuse me, was looking for Pierce. Great job by Ladner to keep that in, and now here's an opportunity. Lund, Pierce. Oh, what a beautiful goal. And this top line for the Falcons, that was put away by Dunphy. It's now 4-0 for the Sherwood Falcons. And folks, we should let you know about a rule in this tournament. If at any time in the third period a team is ahead by 5 goals, they will run the clock for the rest of the game no matter what. So it'll be stop time for the rest of the second period, but once we get into the third, if the Falcons do have a 5-goal lead, they will run the clock. Face-off back here, and it is Boudreau, the physical defender for the Falcons. Nice D-to-D pass and ahead for Sinnott. Sinnott's going to chip that deep into the corner, and Doucette is going to hit him dangerously from behind. Sinnott stays on his feet. Played left for Hall. Number 26, Will Hall, has had the puck on his stick a lot for the Caps today. Now they're looking for O'Connell. Long. Into the corner, Merrithew. Here's Sinnott for the Falcons. Back helping out was number 97, Levi Yonker. And away come the Falcons again. Got the D, caught flat-footed on Fredericton. And it's going to be an opportunity. Yonker drives the goal. Shot is high and wide off the stick of Claiborne. Sinnott. D to D and ahead. Looking for Yonker again. Yonker chips that deep. And he's going to go for a change. The Falcons are offside over there. So lots of time here for the Caps to break out. Hall chips that out here to center, where it is fired back into the zone by Dylan McDonald, like him on the D side for the Falcons. Andrew Dillon plays it for McDonald, and that's sent ahead by Stephen Reddy. It's all Falcons here. Dillon keeps that in at the point, sends it deep. Merrithew for Fredericton. Merrithew stops his feet, sends it for Hall, who was going for a change. Now Hall has to adjust, and he'll play that deep into the corner. Dillon will retrieve it for the Falcons. Andrew Dillon tries to chip past there, looking for number 6 and Alex Josie, but he was not unable to corral that. McDonald is going to send this one long, and that is going to go all the way down. Icing waved off. Inside 5 minutes remaining now in the second period. Caps will chip this, and Allard is sent back. Fly by the puck, and away come McDonald and the Falcons. Dylan McDonald's taken down. Looks like he stepped on a stick there. No call. Right call by the official. Here is Miller, and he just turns that over on his way in the zone. Josie, and now it's Boudreau for the Falcons. Boudreau plays that long. Here's Fullerton. Fullerton bounces it ahead to the neutral zone. It ends up back on the stick of Fullerton deep in his own territory. Sends it ahead for Miller. Miller tries to corral it, and he's going to send that deep into Falcons territory as we approach 4 minutes to play here in the second period. Sherwood Falcons lead 4-0. Played to the right side. Nice hit on the far side by number 20, Preston Vinot. And that's going to result in a Falcons player down right on the red line. That was a clean hit, but he was just maybe a foot too much off the boards. Went in a little awkwardly. Looks like maybe a shoulder injury or something here. And we can't see who the player is, but we'll certainly let you know as soon as we can. Coach doesn't look too concerned as he checks on the player. I shouldn't laugh, I guess, but it could be one of those things where the player had his wind knocked out or something like that. He's in a little bit of discomfort. So, folks, while we... that looks like Lund, who's a little slow to get up. He's no worse for wear. Coming up at 10:30 here on Rink B, it'll be the Kings County Kings against the Bedford Blues in another minor midget matchup. And it'll be a face-off outside the Sherwood's blue line, excuse me. McLean wins that drawback for Ladner, and he plays it on for Boudreau. Boudreau had somebody on first glance, stopped for a second, and the Caps are going to send him back. And Ladner is going to retreat behind his own goal. He is watched in there, hit hard. He was hit hard by number 20 for the Caps in Vinot, but he did get his hands up. And Ladner will go off for the head contact. And I'll wait to see if it's a 2 or a 4 minute call. It's going to be 4 minutes for Ladner, so with 3:58 to go in the second period, the Caps will be on the power play for the rest of the second period unless they're able to score. The 4 minute head contact call, the right call. Ladner got his hands up into the bean of Vinot. but we've seen the Falcons PK be more than up to the challenge here so far today, as they are 2 for 2 on the PK. Here's McKinnon for the Caps. McKinnon turns it over and away comes McLean. He's stopped momentarily by Clark and just offside and a bit of a late hit, and the physicality is going to pick up here as things are getting a little out of hand with the score, and I think the Caps are going to take the lone penalty here. Let's see what happens. Coming in for a second hit, yeah, a roughing call to Preston Viano. And again, I must say, the right call from the official. There was contact right at the whistle, and the Caps player came in afterwards, after the whistle had gone, and the referee makes the right call. 2 minutes for roughing. It's a good job by the official, and we might see things get a little heated here with the score as far apart as it is. 4-on-4 action for the next 2 minutes now. And this should be right up the alley of these speedy Falcons. Dylan was looking for Lund on the left side. Turned over momentarily, and back here on the puck is number 5, Corey Ramsey. He plays that in deep. Lund working in there against O'Hara. And away comes O'Connell. 2:40 to go in the period. O'Connell walks around one man, but Dylan is there, or McDonald, excuse me, with a nice hit, and that gets past Fullerton. And the Caps are offside. That's going to be whistled down as Boudreau takes every opportunity to get a piece of his man. I got to say, I really like the way that Hunter Boudreau plays. 6'2", 205, and he uses that very well. Haven't seen him with the puck all that much, but I like the way he plays the physical game. 2:27 to go. 4-on-4 action. Off the draw, Boudreau's back to retrieve. He's watched there by Hall. Plays it short for Dunphy. And around the back of the goal for McDonald. McDonald is rubbed off the puck. Chance for Mirathew. That shot is high and wide of the goal. Boudreau for the Falcons. Will play it out here to the middle. Harris for the Caps. Harris being watched there by 2 Falcons forwards here in the 4-on-4. Minute 55 to play in the first. 35 seconds to go in the Fredericton penalty. Then they'll get back on the power play as Ladner is serving the 4-minute head contact. Dunphy, nice pass in for Lund. Pettipaw gets a piece of that and keeps it out, but Lund on the second effort, that's in. That squeaks through the goaltender Pettipaw, and it is 5-0 for the Sherwood Falcons. So Lund with his second of the game, Tanner Lund, on the third effort, makes it 5-0 for the Falcons. And as I mentioned, if Fredericton aren't able to score in the next 2 minutes, the clock will run for the third period here. Not sure what the slowdown is here. I'm checking with the timekeeper about something or other. The goal was scored 4-on-4. And I think they're just wondering about the penalty and if it was knocked down to 2 minutes for the Falcons, but that's actually, there was exactly 2 minutes expired off the penalty when the goal went in. Maybe that's the question. But there's exactly 2 minutes left on the clock for the first penalty on Ladner. So face off outside the Falcon zone. Played in. Here's Ramsey. He'll play it back out here for Mackenzie Clark of the Caps. His pass is picked up, and now it's Doucette for Fredericton. Stepping up from the blue line, Doucette sends a backhand floater in there. That's taken by Malcolm, and there'll be a face-off to his right. With 1:40 to go here in the the second period. Face-off is won. Ramsey on that. And the Caps control deep in Falcons territory. The Caps now back on the power play. Here's Ramsey. Sends a backhander out of the zone. And we're inside a minute to play in the second period. 5-0, the Sherwood Falcons leading here. Here's McKinnon. McKinnon for the Caps. Plays it left side. Slow. Nothing going on for Allard. He has that stolen by Boudreau. Boudreau goes down. That puck jumps up and out of play. And we'll have a whistle face off to the right of the Sherwood goal. 34.2 seconds to play in the second period. Sherwood have this one well in hand with a 5-0 lead. As I mentioned, it will be run time in the third if they are not able to score here and bring it within 4. Bit of a late hit in the corner, and that's played out here. Doucette is back to retrieve for the Caps. Here's Doucette. He stops, waits for his mates to get in motion, hits McKinnon on the nice pass out of the zone. Here's McKinnon for Fredericton. That one is off a stick and behind the goal. McDonald and McKinnon will battle in there. 3 Caps players down towards the goal line. McKinnon, as McDonald pins the puck, looking to rag some time. And that will do it for the second period. As tempers flare a little bit behind the goal. After 2 complete, the Sherwood Falcons lead the Fredericton Caps here in minor midget action by a score of 5-0. They will do the ice, so we'll take an intermission for 10 or 12 minutes. We'll be back for the third period after that here on Bell Align Community 1. Okay, folks, we're back and just about ready for the start of the third period here on Rink B between the Sherwood Falcons going left to right in your screen and the Fredericton Caps going right to left. The Falcons leading this one 5-0 after 2. And with that, the clock will be run time, so there's 20 minutes left in this game. My name is Chris Abbott. I'll be your host on Rink 2 all day today, or Rink B, excuse me. And that's sent deep off the face-off. The Falcons are still shorthanded for the next 15 seconds. It's played wide and chipped down. That's going to do it for the penalty to the captain, Zachary Ladner. There's Thomas on the near side. O'Hara chips that ahead. Looking for Allard, but it's McLean for the Falcons. Poke check. Up on the rush is Ramsey. All alone in front of the net is Thompson for the Falcons there momentarily. McDonald is going to chip this deep. McLean is on it for Sherwood. He ducks, dives, gets away. Nice play back out here for McDonald. Snaps that one on goal. And that is stopped by the new goalie, Nash Brewer, who's come on here in the third period for Fredericton. So it'll be a face-off to the right of Brewer in the Fredericton goal. It's taken by Lund, who was shaken up late in the second. He looks to be all right. He's back out there. That one's off a player on the Fredericton bench, so the face-off's going to come all the way back into the Fredericton zone. As I mentioned, folks, it'll be the Kings County Kings against the Bedford Blues in another minor midget game here coming up at 10:30 Atlantic. And then after that, we get into the major midget competition here on Rink B. A lot of folks look forward to that high caliber of hockey. Play behind the net, and bailing out down there was Riley O'Hara. He wanted no part of the Sherwood attacker. That's off a player and out for another face-off. O'Hara wanted no part of the Sherwood forechecker that time. The Monctonian AAA Challenge, folks, it is one of the highest profile minor hockey tournaments in the country, and we're bringing it all to you here this weekend on Community One. Teams here from as far away as the Okanagan Valley in British Columbia, and there's teams here from St. John's, Newfoundland. So the whole country is represented. Teams from Saskatchewan, the Notre Dame team is here. We've got a few teams from Ontario, Guelph, Markham. The Ontario Hockey Academy, they're here every year. Mississauga is generally here. I haven't double checked to see if they're back this year. And then of course your standard litany of teams from the Atlantic provinces. Rams is going to chip that in. Picked up behind the net by the Caps, by Matt Stevens. He can't get anything going here. Hall loses that, and Ramsey will chip it back into the zone for Harris. Harris's pass is picked off by number 6 for the Falcons, Alex Josie. Reddy is battling, and away with it is O'Connell. He's on a one-on-one. Kieran O'Connell, nice move to get around the defender. O'Connell to the backhand, but he's turned away nicely by Malcolm in the Sherwood goal, who hasn't been busy, but he's been good when called upon. Deep in Sherwood territory is Dillon. Dillon for the Falcons. Here's Reddy. Knocked off his stick by Allard. Sloppy play now here in the third as both teams kind of just want to get this one over with. Here's Doucette for the Caps. Doucette plays that into the middle. Miller's going to chip that. Knocked down by McDonald on the line, and back come the Falcons. Doucette does a good job stepping up to knock down his man, but here's McDonald, and that's a nice save in there by Nash Brewer. Big hit right in front of us as Doucette brought that forward, and the Caps are on the attack now, looking to break that goose egg down there in the Falcons zone. In the Falcons goal, excuse me. Played left for Josie. Miller is going to send this around behind the goal. McDonald's back to retrieve it. And away come the Falcons. That is chipped, but it is high and over the glass off the stick of Matthew Sinnott. And the face-off will come back just outside of the Sherwood zone. So folks, between now and Sunday, we will have 100 hockey games here for you on the network, including the Quebec Major Junior League Prospects game Friday night. That'll be played over in Rink A. Offside call here on the Falcons. Scrambled draw, played back deep into the Sherwood zone. Chipped out over the blue line. Stepping up is Fullerton to get a piece of his man in Sinnott. Played back here for O'Hara. Fullerton. Chipped deep by Venot. He's in a battle back there with Ladner. 14 minutes to play in this one. Venot is always looking for that hit. Away with it for the Falcons is Corey Ramsey. Ramsey makes a move. He's waiting for some help on the delay. He's got McLean. Excuse me, that was Reddy. And Reddy's shot is just wide. Big hit over on the far side by Josie. That shot is deflected up and out of play with 13:20 to go here in the first. O'Connell having a few words here now with Josie. Wouldn't expect anything to come out of that. Although it wouldn't be the first fight at the Monctonian. Referees are over at the Fredericton bench right now, checking on a neck guard of a player. Of course, neck guard's mandatory here in Atlantic Canada. Not mandatory everywhere. Caps look to get something going here out of their own zone. Overskated though by Merrithew, and here's a shot turned away nicely by Brewer, and that came off the stick of Riley Thompson for the Falcons. So 12 minutes to go in this one. 5-0. The Falcons continue to lead. That one's going to roll into Brewer. He's going to cover that one, and we'll have another face-off to the right of the Fredericton goal. And Fredericton, just yesterday, I believe, announced as host of the 2016 Senior Men's Canadian Baseball Championships. So they're being held in Chatham in 2015 and Fredericton in 2016. So New Brunswick, a hotbed of baseball, of course, and they'll get the Nationals 2 years in a row in New Brunswick. Penalty upcoming now on the Falcons. And it's a boarding call. Let's wait to see the number here. It looks like it's going to be 19. That's Cale Pierce. He's going to go off for boarding here with 11:40 to go in the third. So it'll be Lund and O'Connell on the draw. It's won by Lund back here to McDonald. Hall. for Fredericton. Hall moves it into the middle for Clark. Clark with a shot that's wide of the goal on the short side. Doucette, we're going to chip that back deep in Sherwood territory, and away come the Falcons shorthanded, and it's Lund who has a break. Lund, watched by Doucette, tries a little toe drag, and Doucette's going to break that up, but Lund very nearly able to create something shorthanded. He's already got 2 goals in this one. Here's Clark for the Caps. Lund takes it off his stick, avoids Doucette, Tanner Lund, and he's going to draw a penalty on Clark. Clark's going to get whistled on the head contact there, as his stick got up, I think. So it's not high sticking anymore, it's head contact. So 9:45 to go. Here's Doucette for the Caps. He's rubbed off the puck here by McLean. Stepping up to play that one for the Falcons was Zachary Ladner. And it's back the other way for Allard. And the Caps, he works around Dillon. There's Dillon for Sherwood. He just plays it out here into the middle where Fullerton taps it on for Miller. Miller plays it deep with 9 minutes now to play in the third. So folks, when they're running the clock here in the third period, 2-minute penalties are put on the board as 3-minute penalties. And so if that comes up on your screen, that's just because of the run time. They don't want to lose the power play. Here's McLean. Some very, very skilled forwards on this Sherwood team. McLean, Pierce, Lund. That's off a player on the Fredericton bench, and it'll be a face-off back deep in the Cap zone with 8:25 to go in the third. So not a lot of time to recover once that clock starts running if you're the team who's down, that's for sure. So off the draw, Fullerton for the Caps. Has that stolen from him. Into the slot, shot off the stick of Molyneux. Stepped up, nice hit coming out of the box for Pierce. Well, that was Josie, excuse me. There's Ramsey for the Falcons. Taps it for Josie. Boudreau. Boudreau sends that toward goal. Opportunity, Josie. Nice save by Brewer. Brewer's played well since coming into this one. We've got an arm up and a whistle and a little bit of physicality, and Josie's in the middle of that again down there. So we'll wait and see what the official takes out of this one. But the time continues to tick away. 7:10 to go in the third. So it's going to be McKinnon, and he's going to be called on the cross check. So a brief 5-on-3. I don't even know if they'll get it started. I think as the penalty expires while the player's out of the box, he'll come once the puck is dropped. And away they go. Here is McDonald for Sherwood. Sinnott plays it deep. Shot from the sideboards. Brewer gets a piece of that rebound, and it's in. And that one will be credited to Riley Thompson, who got a hold of the rebound off the Sinnott shot. Nice goal, actually. And it's 6-0 for the Falcons. Six minutes to play. Back to 5-on-5 now. And the Sherwood Falcons will be sitting alone at the top of their division with this victory here to start the tournament. Great way to start for Fredericton. They're going to want to regroup, come back hard in their next one. And there's a hit down there in the corner. I think McLean is going to get whistled on that one, as Stevens was hammered down hard. It's a boarding call. And it is McLean with 5 minutes to play. So these teams will both be in action later today. Fredericton will play Kings County at 5:15, and Sherwood will play St. John at 8:45. So an opportunity for Sherwood to go to 2-0 later today. It'll be a great first day, and of course Fredericton are going to come back looking for the split against Kings County, who we'll see here next against the Bedford Blues in one of the more classic uniforms on the circuit, the Bedford Blues. Here's Doucette for the Caps. Mackenzie Clark taps it here for Bradley. Bradley for the Caps with just over 4 minutes to go. Snaps that one in on Ethan Malcolm. He'll hold on for the whistle. So it'll be a face-off to the right of the Sherwood goal with 4 minutes to play here in the third. The only question left to be answered is, will Ethan Malcolm be able to hold on to that goose egg? O'Connell off the draw. That pops back here and is chipped out into neutral zone by the Falcons defenders. Clark for Doucette. Doucette's pass to nobody. It's going to go. Icing is waved off as Boudreau is back to recover. Boudreau chips that one dangerously out towards the blue line. It gets over the line. And the Caps are back on that puck. Here's Hall. Hall plays it into the middle. O'Connell has that knocked off his stick, and that is sent out and down the ice as there's 1 minute to play in this Caps power play. Here's Clark. Clark for Fredericton. Near side for Hall. Hall with a nice move to get around Boudreau. Hall into the middle. He was looking for Merrithew, but nothing doing. They'll continue to battle in the corner. Hall. And that comes all the way around here for Pierce on the far side on the left wing. 2:40 to play. Cale Pierce has that knocked away from him by Clark. Here's Clark for the Caps. He sends a long pass out there looking for Hall. Hall taps it in the middle for Merrithew. Merrithew gains the blue line. And he's knocked off the puck there by McDonald. Back to even strength as time expires on the penalty to McLean. And away come the Falcons again with numbers. It is McLean right out of the box. He's taken off the puck as that rolls back in to Nash Brewer. We're inside 2 minutes now. 6-0 the Falcons lead. Face-off coming up in the Fredericton zone. So folks, it's 10:06 on my watch right now. We'll be back at 10:30 for puck drop between the Kings County Kings and the Bedford Blues, as this one is all but done with 1:20 remaining. That one's chipped up and into the mesh. It'll be another face-off now deep in the Falcon territory. Puck drop to the left of the keeper Malcolm. Shot wide, and we're inside 1 minute to go. Falcons control. Dangerous attempt through the middle. And it's Dunphy. He's got Lund. Lund in there looking for the hat trick. Tanner Lund taken down. On the back check by Fullerton. No call there. And Lund goes crashing into the goal with 30 seconds to play. So we'll get one more face-off here, and that'll do it. Lund off the draw. Lund driving towards the goal. Josie's in there, matched up with Stevens. That gets away and out with 4 seconds to play. And the Sherwood Falcons, folks, will take their first game of the 2014 Monctonian AAA Challenge by a score of 6-0 over the Fredericton Caps. And that's going to do it for our first game here on the network. We will be back at 10:30, the Kings County Kings and the Bedford Blues from Rink A. B, Rink B on Bella Line Community 1.